Hello, Eston.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Zach?
What's going on, man? You were live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation Radio, dude.
Hey, yeah, thank you for having me. It's good to finally put the voice to the face and all that, you know.
Fuck yeah, man. Dude, we just got done blasting one of your tracks, man, and holy fucking shit, man. This record is so fucking badass, dude. Tell us, man. Tell us about it. Like, what's going on? What are you guys doing, man?
Well, right now, we're just hoping to get more eyes and ears on us right now at the moment. I appreciate you giving us the listen. And right now, we're getting ready, getting lined up for our tour in September with Deterioration. And just trying to just reach out to the people at the moment right now. So thank you for having us.
Hell yeah.
Having us on.
Of course, man, of course. So going back to the beginning, like, tell us, how did you guys get this whole thing started, and how long have you been doing this?
Me, personally, I've been doing vocals since I was like 14 or so it's been about close to 20 years. But as far as Vulnificus, we started this project around Halloween or so. so yeah, it's kind of really fitting. Yeah, we started it around October, maybe around Halloween or so. We put out an EP, our first EP at Nomination. That was around Black Friday, just to give people a taste of what we sound like. Try to test the waters out. And I don't know, it seemed like a lot of people was liking it. So I want to say maybe a month right after that, just wanted to keep it consistent, keep it going. And then we recorded Invocation, and the rest is history, as they would say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, we just got done. Well, we just got started going with the EP, and then next thing we know, man, you got an album coming out right after. Super fast, dude.
yeah, that's one of the things that I like to say, well, at least with this project, like to kill them with the consistency. So that's kind of the motto that we going with. So just keep it consistent, keep it steady, but at the same time, gotta have the utmost quality, at least for the fans who's a part of the underground. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Well, the album, you guys definitely stepped it up a notch, I can say, man. I mean, like, the EP was badass too, but the album is like, it's a whole nother fucking level, man.
Yeah, it's like, like 1,000 Ways to Die. One day you could die by drowning, next day you die by suffocation. So, that's kind of that's kind of how it is, with the death metal, or at least with the style that we're trying to do. Just like nice and old school, somewhat primitive. Mix of the modern, a mix of the old, and just like I said, kill them with the consistency as much as possible.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of vibes in it of classic death metal stuff that I grew up with, man. Like old school Suffocation, old school fucking Grave, and all that stuff, man. Tell us, what are some of your influences? Like, what kind of stuff did you start out listening to?
Well, I want to say like the influence for this one was a lot of Hate Eternal. That's it doesn't really come out in the sound, I guess, as much maybe, but I would say that was like definitely like one of the influences on this one. With the first one, I want to say it was more just kind of like, hey, we just kind of just put whatever we thought sounded good. Like, we just meshed our ideas together, and we just kind of just worked on it after that. Everything kind of came together kind of quickly with the first one too. Like, we recorded everything like in a weekend or so. So yeah, it was pretty simple. And let's see. And that's pretty much it.
All right. What bands are you spinning right now in your playlist, man?
Right now, today, I think, for the most part, I've been listening to this new EP by Beneath the Killings. They put out a new EP. I believe it's on Comatose. The EP is really strong. It's really good. So shout out to them. That's a great EP that they just put out. And I just been trying to listen to a lot of other bands, that I find through this music. So, if anybody has bands, like, I'm open to listening to it. So
fuck yeah, man. Where are you guys located, man? Like, what's the metal scene like right there?
well, me personally, I'm located in Pittsburgh. Wilson's located in Indianapolis, and the scene is pretty strong. There's a lot of great bands. Yeah, there's a lot of great bands out here. The strong Anthropophagy, and things like that. Decrepit Birth, I know they're coming here in a couple of weeks. They're playing here with Stabbing and Merciful. So that's gonna be a good show for the scene too.
Hell
Postmortal Possession. That's another one from here. That's pretty.
Yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah, they're from here too. So, it's a small, close-knit scene, but we try to do what we can, bring the music to the people. So.
Hell yeah. Now the name Vulnificus. How did you guys come up with that, and what's the story behind that?
Vulnificus basically means causing wounds. Wilson came up with it. I don't know. He's like really into the medical dictionary, carcassy type of stuff. So, yeah, not really into that, but he's into it. So, like I said, it's just a mixture of like the ideas. Like that was the idea that he had. I was just more so like, hey, as long as it's a name that is easy to remember and it's just not all complicated, and it's just something that's different where it's like you don't know what you're gonna get when you hear the name. You could hear it could be like something that's like techno, Radiohead or something, or it could just sound like complete like mayhem. So that's I at first I was just kind of like whatever about the name, but it's slowly growing on me. So.
Oh yeah, I think it's badass, man. And the album artwork on this record too is really cool, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so for this one, when I continued, we decided to continue with Power. I think he's a really good representation of what the music sounds like and what we're trying to go for as far as like the old school what meets new school. And he did a great job. Like as soon as I saw it, and the mindset that I had going behind it, because when we wrote everything, it was in the middle of a lot of the COVID mandates and stuff like that. So I just wanted to create the image of somebody being, kind of slaughtered, but slaughtered in a different way, kind of more like psychological. And I think Power really he really did a great job on that one. So
yeah, man, the whole packaging looks great. The CD itself has a really cool image on it as well, and I gotta give you super huge thanks for putting me and Metal Devastation Radio in the credits section, man, because I'm one of those fucking nerds that reads that shit, dude. And I saw that and I was like, oh man, that's
yeah, man. You guys have been a great help. I really appreciate everything that you guys have been doing. That's I can't really express that enough. So thank you, and thank you to all the listeners, the new listeners, and the new fans. Come along board, welcome aboard, and hopefully, we'll catch you on the road this fall. We're playing between Minneapolis and New York. So if you're in like anywhere between the Midwest, the East Coast, definitely be on the lookout.
Hell yeah, man. Well, one thing I like to ask everybody that comes on, like if you could do like a dream fest or lineup or something, who would you like to play with, man?
I'd probably like to play with Deeds of Flesh. There was a fest that was scheduled, New Standard Elite Fest. I'd probably say a good portion of the bands that's on there that we share a label with. So Ecchymosis, Deleterious, I know they are in the Philippines. Severe Torture, Internal Suffering, and then some of the classic bands, Deicide, Internal Bleeding, Suffocation, Immolation. That's one of my favorite bands, so that goes without saying. And just any band that influenced the sound that we have, all 3,000 plus of them.
Hell yeah. As far as the lyrical content on some of these songs, can you tell us what are you guys talking about, man? What's the stuff about?
Well, in the context, like I had mentioned earlier, like I wrote this, we came up with this a month after we did a nomination. So during that time, that's when the Omicron scare was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, a lot of that. So I just kind of took what I felt was going on at the time, and I kind of just mixed it into the context of, still death metal. And that's really where a lot of this stemmed from. So like the first single that we released, Coerced into Compliance, that was more so more directly regarding the vaccination and all that other stuff around beyond that. But if you take a step back, even just outside of that, just like the idea of just thinking for yourself, never not really falling into line with what's going on, the status quo, because it's real easy to get sucked into just getting sucked into what everybody else is saying and believing, because you want to belong to something, but you don't really think about the consequences of the actions of what you're doing. So it's just really just more so just in a simple way, just have a mind of your own. Like that's really that's really the message that I'm trying to put out. Just have a mind of your own, man, please. Like, because when you don't have a mind of your own and you just kind of got this groupthink mentality, it can lead to very severe consequences.
For sure, man, for sure. As far as your vocals, man, like what were some of your influences into singing, and like when did you start growling? Like, do you remember?
Yeah, so when I first started, it's actually pretty funny. Like, I didn't really know how to growl that well at all. When I started, it was like around the time where like Unearth and like the Lamb of Gods and like the metalcore stuff was pretty heavy. So like I kind of had that type of sound mixed with like Skinless. That was like one of my favorite bands at one point, was Skinless.
Hell yeah.
So it was like Skinless and Dehumanized. So like it was kind of just like a weird mix of Black Dahlia Murder and Skinless. And when I started getting into heavier bands like Brodekin and Deeds of Flesh, and when I started getting into those heavier type of bands, then it was just kind of like, I don't know, I just imitated what I heard, and then over time I kind of figured out like a technique. I didn't really know what I was doing was right or wrong. I just kind of just was like, hey, I just imitated it and kind of just went with whatever felt good. And just from there, like based on any project that I'm in, just because of like the music that I listen to, I can just kind of, depending on what the sound is and the members that are in it, I can just kind of plug and play. Like, my voice is kind of versatile in that way, where I can just kind of plug and play like whatever it is that people really want. So
no, yeah, man. All right. Well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Yeah, if you can, you could go to our Facebook. You can check us out, like us on Facebook, vulnificusbdm.bandcamp.com. If you want to hear our new EP, Invocation, CDs are now sold out, but you could listen to it online. You can stream it via our website, vulnificusbdm.bandcamp.com, or you can go check us out on all streaming, and check us out on the road as well. We're gonna be playing a lot of songs from my whole thing on the road. We're gonna be out there with Deterioration. They're a grindcore band from Minnesota, so looking very forward to getting out there and finally playing a show. I haven't played a show in about a decade, so.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, dude, we appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, man. And before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Vulnificus, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
All right. Hey, guys, this is Eston, vocals of Vulnificus, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, man. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Vulnificus for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
All right, sounds great.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, dude.
All right, Zach, thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Anytime.
Yeah, peace.
There you have it, folks.